Happiness depends on ourselves. Aristotle. Happiness is something everyone seeks, but does it really depend on what's around us? Or is true happiness something that comes from within? Aristotle, one of the greatest philosophers of ancient Greece, believed that happiness was not something that simply happens but rather the result of our daily actions and choices. He said, "Happiness depends on ourselves," a phrase that carries great weight and invites us to reflect on the role of our virtues and inner control in achieving well-being. Although Aristotle wasn't a Stoic philosopher, his ideas are highly aligned with Stoicism, especially when he spoke about cultivating virtue and the importance of self-control. He believed that true happiness comes from a continuous process of self-discovery and personal development, something that Stoicism also emphasizes. Happiness, according to him, isn't found in material possessions or the recognition of others, but in alignment with our own values and virtues. For Aristotle, happiness is deeply tied to the concept of eudaimonia, which can be translated as a state of complete and fulfilled well-being. This well-being is not something you find by seeking momentary pleasures or being swayed by external circumstances. On the contrary, true happiness comes from living in harmony with oneself and the world around us, living according to the virtues each of us carries within. But how do we achieve lasting happiness and complete well-being? Aristotle believed that in order to reach eudaimonia, we need to know ourselves deeply. Only then can we live according to what truly matters to us, without falling into the trap of others' expectations or external distractions. He argued that we must cultivate virtues like courage, wisdom, and temperance because these virtues will guide us toward balance and true happiness. If we look at Stoicism, we'll realize that many of Aristotle's teachings about happiness align with the principles of this philosophy. Stoics also believe that happiness lies in inner control and the ability to accept circumstances as they are, without depending on what happens around us. For Stoics, true happiness is achieved through the practice of virtue and the pursuit of self-knowledge. However, there's an important difference. While Aristotle focuses on cultivating virtues to achieve happiness, Stoics emphasize living according to nature and reason. Stoic philosophy teaches us to be resilient in the face of life's challenges, maintain inner peace, and focus on what's within our control, like our attitudes and thoughts. This leads us to the idea that, by accepting that we cannot control everything around us, we can still find a deep sense of peace and contentment. If you're enjoying the content, go ahead and hit that like button below and, of course, subscribe to the channel. This way, you'll stay up to date with the next videos and content. So, true happiness, for both Aristotle and the Stoics, depends on our choices and the way we decide to live our lives. Both believe that happiness doesn't come from external factors but from within, and that self-knowledge and virtue are essential to achieving lasting well-being. If we can live according to our virtues and stay true to our own values, we'll be able to find true happiness, no matter what happens around us. In summary, both Aristotle and the Stoics teach us that true happiness is within our reach, but to achieve it, we must first look within ourselves. We must cultivate virtue, practice self-knowledge, and live according to our deepest values. By doing this, we'll find a sense of well-being that doesn't depend on the outside world, but on our own ability to stay true to who we really are. Now that you understand how happiness is entirely linked to self-knowledge and cultivating your virtues, how about taking the next step and reflecting on another important topic? Have you ever felt invisible, as if your value wasn't being recognized? Or perhaps you desire to be respected and admired, without having to shout for attention? Click on the video here to the side and come learn how you can earn the respect you deserve in a true and authentic way, without needing to strive for attention.